Remix. 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 Remix.
Oh, yeah. Welcome out to this beautiful, what day is it? Tuesday. That's right here on the Remix Morning Show. Coming here to give you that boom bap breakfast in case you didn't know. I go by the name of the Ear Doctor, and yes, y'all, it is time to get it on. But I can't do this by myself, so let me introduce you to no other than Dr. Jared Barr. And for now, that's all. It was good.
What's happening? What's up, world? What's going on? Greetings. Good to be here.
Okay, now
how you feeling, man?
I'm good. What country is this? Miss Reels. She just got some fly writing here. Please subscribe, smash the like, share, love, all that. Do it. Because Miss Reels says so.
Because she says so, and she said it flyly.
Yes.
So,
you know. Do you still write in a cursive any bit?
No, and they don't even teach it anymore.
They don't.
So no, but my handwriting looks like just
chicken scratch
though. Yeah, it's a mess.
Yo, my
it's
autograph is
mess.
Like yeah. Ha.
Yeah. It's.
I guess we don't need penmanship no more. All these computers now, you know.
I mean, apparently not, and thankfully, I mean, the last time I had to write a note, my hand was hurting.
Really?
It was like, this is you know, I used to use these muscles like this. I'm like, what's going on here?
Word.
So yeah, you know. But
still gotta write my notes down though.
I even typed those down.
Damn.
You know, and I even remember the moment. This is wild. And it's Neta Freeman. Years ago.
I said it wrong again, didn't I?
I could, yeah.
Neta. Wait a minute. Come on, man. Let me get it.
Hold on. I actually have footage. This is funny that this is happening. I actually have footage of you trying to get this name right. I don't know if you know this. Yeah. Check this out. This is
my God.
Ear Doctor trying to get himself together.
What does a fascist mean? It means you are a far right authorization ultra analyst, political ideology movement characterized by dictator leadership, centralized autocracy, militarism, forcible suppression of opposition. So I don't know what that means, right? I swear to God, I don't know what the fuck a fascism is. I don't know what the fuck that is.
That's me all day.
And Giviante Genita and Jason Stanley. Like, who the fuck are these people, bro? Never heard of my fucking life. What is an example of a
This dude is running my home. Yo, this dude been watching. Let me find out.
Oh my God.
Who's the fucking jackass that comes up with all these big ass words anyway, man?
So first of all, I
Netfa. Bam. I just need the little breakdown. Just like comma la. You know, just give me a breakdown. Syllables.
But oh my God, that is so funny to me.
What the fuck is a that's what I be over here saying when y'all say shit. Like, what the fuck is a lumpkin? Like,
but the sad part of it is that first, the saddest part to me is that this dude is apparently wild famous. He's an incredibly popular streamer of some kind. And so I'm like, no wonder. But that when somebody sent that to me,
you automatically was like, "That's an ear doctor."
No, they sent it. I got to give them credit. They said this is the ear doctor.
Motherfuckers.
The internet is undefeated. It's a wild space. But Eddie, so but Netfa
Yeah.
is the one years ago who got me to make the shift, because we were at a meeting and he was saying something about a sketch, and this is when I'm like a late adopter anyway with technology, but this is in the early 2000s before cell phones had really,
Yeah, I remember that.
you know. And he saw me writing down, like, okay, I can check my little calendar or whatever. And he said, why don't you just use your phone? I don't understand why people don't just use their phone. And in that moment, it clicked. I was like, yeah.
I'm walking around with a computer in my pocket, walking notepad. I can record myself talking, everything. I don't think we realized that. We was just so hung up that we can use a phone outside of the house without a cord that we was just like, word. But yeah, I mean, it's
I remember we got
how-
our first cordless phone.
Oh, wow.
Like that was
you
a
thought
big
you was a shit
moment.
walking in the next room. Huh?
Man, I was like, what?
Tried to go out on the front patio so everybody could see you. And
Right.
shit.
They click off pretty quick. I was like,
Damn, we sound old.
yeah.
That shit is
Yeah.
wild. But that was the shit. Running home to get home and get that phone call, going and making your message on the answer machine with some music in the background. Like, yo, I ain't here right now. But when you get a chance, leave your name and number. I get right back to you. Oh,
When De La came out with that, I did try to go. I used that song at one point as my whatever voicemail message.
Yeah.
But yeah. I remember as a kid, as a little kid, we still had the rotary phone. Like
Yeah.
I grew up at the beginning, so I remember when we got our first touch tone on the wall. I remember when we got the first cordless. That's wild.
I remember.
That's wild.
I remember setting people up that tried to say some slick shit behind your back on a 3-way call. It's like, word, just be quiet. We gonna call them up.
Wow.
It's like, yo,
That
just be
was
quiet.
you.
We gonna call them up and we gonna find out what really happened. All right, yo. So you said that what's the name was yeah, and then they be like, oh no, I didn't.
Oh wow.
Yes.
I don't think I just wasn't sophisticated.
The setup.
I'm just not sophisticated.
It was so many phone tricks, and then the one where you would do a collect call and be like, "Yo, it's me." When they asked for the recording,
That I know about. Yeah,
that collect call, real quick.
It's
You
me
got
real
that-
quick.
Yep. I was like, okay, I see what it is. Bet. Oh my god.
The beepers, all of that. Yeah, all of that.
I
When
never-
all of that came into oh man. But sometimes I think, my mother used to remind me that her mother watched, because she was born in the late 1800s. She watched the car come into play. She watched the phone come into play. She watched come into
Yeah.
she watched what was the other one? The phone
TV
and planes. She watched all
wait,
of that.
Wait a minute. Was she like one of the Wright sisters? How?
No, I'm saying there were my point is there was none of that when she was born. It didn't exist, and then she watched it all emerge.
Damn.
So I was like, sometimes I think about that, because I feel like those are more major shifts in technology.
She got to see when niggas was on TWA smoking cigarettes in a plane full of people.
Well, I remember that. I remember that. My first
Pan Am.
international flight. I mean, this was in the 90s. My first international flight was in 96. And
they were smoking then?
Yeah, absolutely. They were. They may have had to try. I think they may have at that point tried to have like a smoking section in the back. But absolutely, they were smoking all the way to London, and then from London to Tanzania. So I think those were the steps we had to take on that trip.
We just
right?
didn't give a fuck about the person next to us.
No, I mean, again, they didn't remember even whatever issues, that Ralph Nader, whatever. but we should remember that it even took a Ralph Nader type of argument just to get seatbelts to be, you know what I mean? Like people, like they were in, it's like we've had to fight to develop some level of base humanity to keep people from just, nah, man, just throw them in the, like, remember when I first had my motorcycle, I didn't have to wear a helmet. There were no laws for helmets. They were just like, go out here and if you can make it to the next destination, salute.
Wow. You know who else might know a little something about back in the day? Burn it down, Kim Brown.
Hey, now. Good
Kim
morning,
Brown, what's up?
man. How is everybody feeling today?
Good. We're talking about the 80s and the riding on
the
planes.
1880s.
The 1880s. Damn, you ain't lying. Seeing all that shit come into fruition. Did I say that right? Yeah, man, that shit was wild. Fruition.
We'll allow it, Air Doctor. Yeah, close enough.
what game show is that? We'll allow it. Wheel of Fortune.
That's court, nigga. You should know that. That's court. We'll allow it, Your Honor.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
You know about
chance.
that court game, don't you? JB too.
I ain't had to go too much. They just threw my ass.
Not
Tell
too
him,
much,
Doctor,
but,
you was a good runner out here. You ain't had to go to court. They got to catch you first.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
He somehow avoided fights, court. That's amazing.
I've been inside a couple times.
Visiting.
Mm-mm.
Not as a resident.
No, as a resident.
What was you locked up for, Air Doctor?
Man, I think I told this story. What was a roadblock off the highway? Who does a roadblock off the highway? And I'm coming from a party in college. You know, we lit.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Can't even get off nowhere. Then bam, shackle, boom, I'm going. And then the other time is
so wait.
Bam, shack.
What was the wait from the moment you saw that there was a block to the moment you got to the like, how long was it? What was the conversation like? I'm kind of curious.
I mean, the thing was, I was like, okay, I turned off the exit and I just see a bunch of flashing lights. I'm like, fuck. And then I'm like, and I know the car still smell like smoke. I know I was drinking, and then I was just like, well, damn, okay. I know I ain't got no light, my registration is expired and my tag. I was just a hot mess.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dirty. Sir.
Yes, very dirty.
Technology. You was extremely dirty out here. Jeez.
And then I had my little weed pipe, and I had it on the inside the what was it, the little
visor?
thing that comes down, visor. And I was like, I hope they had me in the back of the car.
Damn.
And I was like, I hope they don't look. I hope they don't look. I
course
hope they
they
look
look
everywhere.
They're gonna look.
Then I seen them drop straight out the visor. I was like, damn.
Paraphernalia.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just adding up them charges. Wow.
Yeah. So nice little one. It was one night. You know, I played some chess while I was there, and then got up out of there.
Okay. They took you to Fulton County?
Actually, this was Lovejoy. This was out down south Atlanta. Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Damn, did I do Fulton County? I did.
Can't even keep track.
Nah, that was when I jumped the turnstile.
That's right. Which is ridiculous that they said the police after you for $2.30.
Exactly.
Like, wow.
Why I'm on my job, on my black job, substitute teaching.
My black job. Oh my goodness.
They did that on purpose to send a message to the youth, like, hey,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? We will take your teacher down over $2.30 out here.
Y'all watching the debates tonight?
Absolutely. We're doing a live watch party tonight on Burn It Down with Kim
All right.
Brown, broadcast starting at 8:45 in the PM. We're going to watch this together as a family. This shit show as a family. And bring your J's, bring all your accoutrements. We're going to be smoking and turning up and laughing.
Yeah, I think it's going to be comedy.
Disaster. Oh, it's going to be
comedy.
Pure comedy. Pure comedy. And I'm telling you, every time I know, I understand that I am the one that ain't shit in this equation. Because every time Trump calls Kamala a bum, I laugh, yo. And I'm wrong for laughing. I'm so wrong for laughing. But every time he calls her a bum, that shit it makes me laugh out loud.
Oh my God.
Yee.
I don't know. I ain't gonna say it, but I'm just saying people gonna miss if he's not elected, like the entertainment part.
Oh, nigga.
They gonna
It's
miss
all
that
not
entertainment
funny.
part.
Nigga, no. I'm not gonna miss Trump at all. Because he ain't going nowhere, first of all. Like Trump, you think Trump is just gonna go away quietly into the sunset? Absolutely not. Because he's gonna say that even if he loses, he's gonna claim that he wins. And that's what's gonna be the interesting part. The day after the election.
He's never lost anything and ever, if you ask him. So he's remarkable. I'm gonna try to tune in because I really just want to.
You know you can't help yourself.
First of all, it's past my bedtime, so it may not be up to me anyway.
Wow.
The likelihood, yeah. So, but I do want to hear him say to her face what he said at the Black journalist thing. I just want to hear him say that I'm going to do more for Black people than you could ever and anyone else has ever. That's the drink I'm looking to have before I go to sleep.
What's the drinking word? What's the drinking phrase tonight?
That's a good one. That's a good question.
Drinking.
That's a good question because it's got to be something. We got to be able to theoretically at least make it to the end. So it can't be like every lie you take a shot. I mean, we just be knocked out in 10 minutes.
You never make it.
Yeah, but that's a good question.
How about worst president? Whenever he says worst president, that's when we take a drink. Because he gonna say it.
Yo,
that's a good one. Or how about every time he mispronounces her name?
That's another one.
That would be, I think, a good. But I think the worst president.
He gonna say that like at least 5 times. So
yeah, that's a good one. Lethal. Somebody said lethal in the chat.
Okay, lethal.
Drinking word. Lethal.
Franny French.
Francais.
Yeah, the blacks.
The blacks.
Oh, comrade. Comrade
Kamala. Yeah, Comrade Harry. Yeah.
Oh, what's that?
Mala. Yeah, that's not a bad.
Oh, I like that. All right.
Your reproductive rights, Angela Walker says.
Peace, Angela Walker. We need you up on that debate stage, reading everybody down. That would be dope.
That would be dope.
Oh,
I think we should have. We should have. That would be dope.
So y'all want to take a break and then come back because I want to ask y'all about if people don't know and haven't went over and checked out our IG, posted something about Kendrick Lamar doing the Super Bowl and got a lot of different people's comments on it. So I definitely want to come back and get y'all thoughts on that. That's cool. So
let's do it.
All right, cool. Let me get my song ready. Boom, we got it ready.
And
we'll be right back here on the Remix Morning Show. Let's go.
Hey, soul power.
Well, I need it. Got to have it. Oh, that's soul power. That's Remix Morning Show. In case you don't know, get down. All right. Big up to James Brown. Big up to the JBs. Yo, big up to y'all for tuning in. Let me get this. You know what time it is. It's Tuesday. So hit that like button, subscribe. Go to patreon.com, become a member over there, get footage that's rare. And yeah. Let me take y'all to the weather report. Go ahead and go to our website also, and you can make a donation there since we are demonetized right now and forever, possibly. So we got some big things coming, so we're going to let y'all know about that also. But go to our website, blkliberationmedia.org, and go check it out. All right, so let me get to the weather report real quick. Let's start off in ATL. We got a high today of 85 degrees. Let's take it over to DC, which is 83 degrees. Now it gets a little cooler over in Detroit in the D. They up at 77 degrees. Now let's take it down to Houston, where you would think it would be hotter than Atlanta and DC, but no, it is only 82 degrees. West Coast, LA, high of 88. Jamaica, yes, my brethren. For big up to all those people that tuned in Sundays, I did Buju Banton coming straight out of Kingston, Jamaica. They got a high today of 90 degrees. And last but not least, one of my favorite words, Mozambique. That's right. They got a high today of 83 degrees. That's kind of hot. I'll tell you what else was kind of hot. A certain football player who goes by the name of Tyreek Hill. He got a little pulled over by the cop this weekend, I believe, and he forgot that he was black because of his money. The money he makes. I think he forgot he was black, and I think he thought he could just say whatever to him. So this is what happened. Check this out.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Like what? Why do you have it on? Put down. Hey! Keep your window down!
He's like, a word? You ain't complying?
Hey! Keep your window down. Keep your window down.
Don't
I'm
tell
gonna
me
get you
what
out
to
of the
do.
car. As a matter of fact, get out of the car. Give me that. Get out of the car. Break the fucking window. Get out of the car.
He said, get out the
Get out of the
car.
car right now. We're not playing this game. Get out.
Oh,
Get out.
we're not playing this game.
Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. What part of blood don't you understand? Hey, Drew, I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting arrested.
I don't know.
I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting up, bro. God damn, twin.
Goddamn, twin. He really forgot who he was dealing with. He called him twin and everything. I don't know, man. What's y'all thoughts on this? Let's get back to the Remix Morning crew and see what they thinking about it right here on the Remix Morning show. Let's go. Yeah. Boy, that money will make you believe that you are no longer black, boy. You could just say whatever. Why are you pulling me over? Why are you knocking on my window? I ain't pulling my window down for shit. I could pay to get up out of this thing anywhere.
So
And that's
it's
not-
disturbing.
Yeah, it's like that's not how I imagine it.
Oh, there go Camus. Oh my bad. What's up, Camus?
How y'all doing?
What up?
Good to see you in the building. You know, contrary to
Popular belief.
anyway. Why you give me that Axel Foley laugh, nigga? What's up with that?
I don't know. I've developed an Eddie Murphy laugh as I've gotten older. I've gotten more of a laugh. I was like, I don't know where that came from, but yes, it is happening.
Yo, did y'all see? I wish you could pull up the press conference after the game. Tyreek Hill had a big game for the Miami Dolphins after his encounter with the police, and he stood up at the podium and gave some sort of rambling answer. But it basically said he hopes to be police one day, and he understands the police have a very hard job. And he wasn't being disobedient, he wasn't being disrespectful, he was just in confusion. Why the police had their knee on his back and he was face down on the sidewalk? He couldn't understand. So I kind of lost sympathy for him once he said he wanted to be police. I said, "Oh, well, there you go. There you go. You're training right there, sir. Congratulations."
Wait a minute. Why y'all shaking your head over there? I'm saying.
Because I'm just stuck at the part where this is a rational conclusion to that situation in the first place. Like, I don't give a damn what he said or didn't say or where his window is. That should not be a possibility. So I get Kim's point, but in this moment, I'm just a little heated. So I don't even care what he said at the damn podium or what his stupid politics are. That's not supposed to be happening. And so I do remember I always like that line when Daruba said the victims shouldn't be at the podium anyway. So whether they say the right or wrong thing, it's not for them to assess the situation. So I'm saying,
yeah, but that's usually what happens is that the people with the least amount of political analysis, because they are the victim, they stand there and they talk and then their lawyer tells them to say something, or their indoctrination tells them to say something,
Or the owner.
or the owner tells them to say something, or they get a call from the mayor who apologizes, and then they want to say something. Remember, I mean, Rodney King, nobody remembers, but Rodney King with his "Can we all just get along?" It's
Why
like,
can't we all
got
get along?
beat down on film, like within a second of your life, and coming out with bumps and bruises and stitches everywhere. Lucky to be alive. And the first words out your mouth, and they throw you in front of a camera to say those words. You know, as they can't remember. Yeah, it was after the verdict when they tried to get him to calm things down. It's like after they let the cops off from beating your ass, and your first statement is going to be, "Do we all get along?" And I think constantly that's what And you're always caught in this game, and then you have your fellow so-called organizers who are like, "Let the families lead." It's like, well, you need to. Obviously, people are the ones who lost their loved ones. They're the ones who are in desperate need of what they think is some justice, but they're not going to give you an analysis of the political situation. They're just going to reinforce the similar tendencies that already exist. So, yeah.
So y'all don't think he brought on any of that by how he acted or his comments?
Brought on?
No. How do you mean brought on, Air Doctor? And by the way, the Miami-Dade Police Union has already issued statements saying that Tyreek was in the wrong and the officers didn't do nothing wrong and etc. But it's just wild to me. I mean, I can't stand to see people uphold respectability anyway. Like, even if you'd have told the cops, fuck you, they still would have had you face down in the sidewalk. It don't matter if you was being nice. It don't matter if you was being respectful. So, I mean, I hate when folks say that as though that couldn't be the reason that they were assaulted, right? Because people are trying to deflect whatever their perceived behavior or wrong behavior was. Because he didn't do anything wrong to deserve that.
That's all I'm saying. That the situation, it seems that when they want to, they can resolve all kinds of different conflicts without physical violence of any kind. And so I hear what you're saying here, Doctor, and I understand the point that you could have a conversation about comportment, de-escalate. I mean, you could do all of that. Know where you're supposed, get your, all of that. But my point still is, it shouldn't really matter. You shouldn't have to have the script down. You shouldn't have to have, like, what if he just made a mistake? What if he hit the wrong button? I was in a rental car
with that goddamn car. But
that's what I was going to say. I was in a rental car 2 months ago, and I would be embarrassed to tell you how long it took me to figure out how to get out the damn parking lot after I told the dude I'm good and he could just give me the key and let me walk away. It was all kinds of, I was like, what is going on here? So I could easily see in a moment you hit how do you open this thing? I don't know how to open this thing. Or even if you just have a bad moment, if you just snap for a second, say, man, I don't feel like, it shouldn't end up with that. They don't have nowhere else to be. there's no crisis that they have to run off to. Block the car, stop the car. He can't drive off, and just be like, man, open it. I mean, whatever you need to do. That's all I'm saying.
He was being a little uppity Negroish to me.
So he deserved it.
A little arrogant.
Now we're veering into he deserved
a little arrogant because I got fame and money and I'm famous and I could just say whatever I want. I could not get out the car and tell you I ain't rolling my window down and I ain't getting out the car and you going to have to drag me up out of here. When they do it,
does he say you're putting a lot on, dude? You're putting a lot on, dude.
Did you listen to the video?
Also doesn't
I saw the video just now, but you put a lot on, dude.
License and registration. He doesn't have to roll his window down at all. He just has to give him his paperwork and he receive his ticket and he be on his way. But all of this pulling out the car, handcuffed, all that's just that extra shit that these white cops do to black folks, right?
Mm-hmm.
But put me in the mind of these different athletes that have been abused and assaulted by police. What was that New York Knicks player that had his leg broken by NYPD in 3 different places? Y'all remember that?
Mm-hmm.
I guess y'all
actually
do.
No. Damn.
No, I remember. I can't remember the player's name, but I remember the incident.
It's a multisyllabic name. I know our chat knows, but I mean, there's been a number.
Multisyllabic?
Yes, sir. Lots of syllables.
Oh,
We stretching my guys.
Y'all fucking me up.
Struggling today.
Y'all missed the video he played for me. Oh my God, it was hilarious. Y'all missed that one. He was fucking,
No, but
fucking
your
some
money
words
don't
up.
protect you from shit out here in America if you black. Good luck. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Don't protect
Alright.
nobody.
He is a superstar athlete for many years at this point.
Mhm.
Do you have no idea how arrogant I am when I leave the Remix Morning Show and I'm driving off to go get groceries? You can't tell me nothing. Never mind being on my way to be a superstar, whatever, you know, wide
Influencer.
receiver, whatever,
Receiver.
whatever he is.
And half the time when you feel like you shouldn't be pulled over. I mean, again, he's a rich athlete, but the more common person this happens to is the day-to-day working class poor black folks, right? Who get stopped and they're like, why? What did I do? Like just because you walked down the sidewalk or because you didn't pull over fast enough because you're like, yo, I'm looking for a place to pull over or something like that. Or because you're scared. Because you know all the stories. So I don't want it down my window right away. It's like, I got to comport myself. Let me call my people so I can get somebody on the line with me before I deal with this pig who's outside banging on it with his flashlight or his stick or the butt of his gun, like he's out of his fucking mind. So there's a lot of reasons why people don't open the door down the window right away or do a slit or they want to get to a more lighted area and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of reasons why. And Jared's right. That pig just should wait. Or talk conflict. Where's the training? Where's the so-called training?
He should wait.
Like, I need you to open it. Look, I'm just trying to get you a ticket. We think you were speeding. Can you down the window? Instead of, I'm gonna break your shit. I'm gonna break it open. You know what I mean?
And then immediately he even stopped himself. In fact, let's just do it. He was like,
Where's
I'm
the
not
cop
even.
comportment? Where's his comportment? The dude with the badge and the gun and the 40 niggas surrounding the car.
Come on, are you serious right now?
Oh,
are you serious? Do you really think that these are the?
I don't even believe you no more. I don't even.
No, do you really believe? Okay, you're facing the enemy, and every time an enemy comes in, he knows he's gonna come in with the sword. He's gonna come in with the sword. You know who you dealing with. Why would you not know how your enemy's gonna react and know how they're gonna react?
Because I don't agree. It's so weird when you say that because it brings me back to like there's one time. I was doing this Know Your Rights workshop, and I don't know how this wound up happening, but I seemed to wind up doing it at the same time. Some dude I went to school with who maybe asked me to do it, and he also brought cops in to do it too. The cops were trying to do the Know Your Rights workshop. And of course, the cops' version of the Know Your Rights workshop is comply, don't talk back, listen to everything that you're told. And part of it is the story, which is part of this part is real. About the dangers of the encounter. Even they were admitting the dangers of the encounter with the police. But fuck that sometimes. Like you're a human being. So otherwise, I'm just being submit. I mean, we're back to the segregated South. Where I need to step off the curb when a white man comes because I know his power. I need to shine my eyes away when a white woman comes because I know their power. So all of that is just saying I just need to give up any power. Any feeling of humanity, because someone who's bigger and stronger, someone who oppresses my folks is there, and I need to shy away. I can't ask no questions. I can't understand the situation. I can't be like, well, what are you stopping me for? Why are you stopping me? What is your badge number? What rule, what law did I break? All that is out the window because I gotta be subservient to boss. So that's where it comes down to. You can tell people, and in some ways, I'm not saying it's completely out of line, that you got to protect your life and get out of that situation, right? But I'm also telling you that people have humanity, and people have a right to fight back against people who are oppressors. And sometimes you got to be smart about it and do it in situations. And I'm not saying that's even the case with this dude here, but sometimes, like when we did cop watches, it's like we were out there. We're like 15 people, 10 people. Doesn't we going to stop them like when they call back their squad, but at least we had some protection. We had cameras in different angles. We knew enough about the law to at least when we got arrested, we could report it back to whoever was the attorneys so that we could sue their asses. You know what I mean? So you got to understand what the role in the situation is, but you also have to understand that your rights are important and your humanity is important. You got to fight back. You can't just be a rolled over fish and shit.
All right. So Well, I'm gonna leave it alone here. I'm just gonna say, if somebody's a habitual liar,
I thought you was gonna leave it alone. I thought you was gonna leave it alone.
if somebody is a habitual liar, and then they come around, you be like, you know what? I think that they shouldn't lie. They should have some humanity about them this time. They shouldn't lie, even though I already know that they're habitual
Not
liars.
their humanity, your humanity.
Oh, okay.
They've shown that they have no humanity. It's your humanity. Because again, then you're just always a victim. So you're the guy on the schoolyard who gets beat up all the time because you won't stand up to the bully at all, ever. And then other bullies come. I mean, at some point.
So I shouldn't be on guard already knowing that they're gonna come with a lie. I should just be like, well, maybe this time they'll not lie.
No, but I think you're not missing. I think what I'm hearing, what I feel is that it shouldn't matter. Like, I'm not condemning the people who do the yes sir, no sir. I'm gonna sit up straight, spray the air freshener, have my license and everything ready, and I'm just, I'm full de-escalation. I'm not condemning them. I just don't think we need to condemn the people that in that moment say fuck that. And they have every right to make a mistake and have a bad moment or just say fuck that. And we shouldn't condemn that either. The point should be you have all the force, all the weaponry, all the law, all the institutional backing. Why is this one man in his car that much of a threat? It's not even like he can go anywhere. It's not even like he's not identifiable. In fact, they said he was on his way to a game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know where he's going. Like he's just, you know what I'm saying? Write the ticket on his way to the locker room. You know what I'm saying? Like, escort him and then write him a speeding ticket and, be like, have a good game. I also will say, if I heard, speaking of whose team are you on, I thought I heard a Spanish accent.
Oh, yeah.
So don't get me started with the whole what branch of Cuba are you coming from and why are you here in the first place? Because you were not down with the revolution and now you're here being part of the enemy's full-on police force. So you're like the traitor of all traitors is now over here. This is whatever. This is all you doing all the treachery and then harassing this man in with a quickness apparently. So,
well, this ear doctor once again giving you how the other side thinks. Thank you, everybody on the screen, for pushing back. I'll catch you on the next break. Peace.
Peace, ear doctor.
So I got one more little thing, please, if before we get to the news, right? Because I just want to quickly say to the punk and cowardice in men, shame on you and us. Without too many details, got wind of an incident where in a black space, students have gathered, and out of nowhere, a young man wants to get hostile with a young woman in the space. The young woman stands up for herself, confronts his hostility. Men get up and leave because it's getting too hot. And it's this woman's roommate and then a woman from across the hall that ultimately end up intervening, de-escalating, getting this man out of the space before any of the other men present who did remain said a word. I don't even have to, we can make it, I'm making it about the men, but I'm just saying people, period. How dare you stand in there and let this apparently large man aggress upon a young woman or a woman, period, or anyone for that matter. And you all just stood there or worse, left.
Mm-hmm. This notion of protectionism that, women should expect some protection from men out in the world. That's a negative. That's a negative on that. Don't be expecting that. And I'm sorry that happened to that young woman. Unfortunately, it's going to be a hard life lesson learned. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there have been women who have been physically and sexually attacked on streets in broad daylight with lots of witnesses and nobody intervened.
And part of the question was just like what we just heard. Because at one point, this young woman, they were apparently seated initially. She stood up. And then the question became, well, you are now, to what extent are you now provoking? And my thing is, we can address that tactically, whatever. But in the end, it, as I'm saying about this police incident, it shouldn't matter. If you have a bad moment and your energy rises up, or you say not the exact right thing, or your facial expression hits a certain way, that is not an excuse or an invitation, or should not be justification for an escalation on the other part. But so I just wanted to put that out into the ether, and yeah, I don't even honestly know what to say.
This
about
happened
that.
at Morgan.
I just want to put that part out into the ether, because it's
and the natural inclination is to stand. I mean, if someone's standing over you, it is smart for you to stand.
I'm not saying standing over. I'm not saying it was standing over, because there was separation. He apparently, and I'm hearing this, so that's the other reason I don't want to say too much, because I wasn't there.
But simply going from seated to standing is not an act of aggression, nor should it ever be perceived as one, especially if the person is smaller than the person that they are having a conflict, right? Like if I stand up and I'm barking at Jared, I'm 5'2". What? Is Jared scared now? Now that I'm on my feet?
Well, the question shouldn't. Well, I slightly disagree in that I would still, let's just say take that scenario. I would take that as an aggressive act, but that doesn't mean that I am then justified in meeting it, or worse, or escalating beyond that. So my point is this is sort of what and especially as I'm understanding in this situation, there's separation. So it wasn't that she was standing over him.
Mm-hmm.
It was that she got up, and then he rose and then crossed space to get to her, and she had to put her hand up to sort of block. There was no physical contact from what I understand, but to sort of put her hand up like, don't keep coming.
Mm-hmm.
And it was her roommate was the only one. And then apparently after the fact, he leaves the room, and that's when the few remaining men in the room started to mumble something about why that was messed up.
Been there, done that. Oh, y'all got a lot of commentary after the fucking situation is over. Thank you, fellas. We appreciate that. That was great.
I couldn't. That was actually the part that almost threw me more, for some reason, more than anything, over the edge. What are you now? You're gonna start mumbling? Because then the dude heard them mumbling and started to come back into the room, and that's when it was the woman from the other side of the hallway that intervened. Because he said apparently, "Oh, you still got something somebody still got something," and it was the other woman that said, "No, you got to leave."
Mm.
So who even knows at what point? So I'm just sitting there thinking, oh my goodness, all of the negative epithets and verbal abuse that they deserve in that moment, that they should have been getting. But he was called, and apparently he called all the women in the room the B word too. That was the other part of it too.
That's so on brand with what for the scenario you're describing. Fuck all you bitches.
Yeah,
Let me tell you something. It's sad.
That was the actual phrase.
Of course it was. You know, this is a college age person, like to be raised by a Gen Xer. I mean, gentlemen, no disrespect to my Gen X brethren on screen. But a good chunk of our generation of the male side are barbarians. I'm not sure if y'all were aware about this. So I feel bad for the young women out here. I'm like, I know y'all daddies. God damn, I'm good luck.
I know your daddies.
Via con deal. See what I'm saying? They're like, let's good, but best wishes out here, young women, because it's gonna be tough. And I feel bad for y'all raising upstanding young women, and I don't know if they're counterparts, if their compatriots are being raised in similarly upstanding ways. Unfortunately, it's a sad continuation of, women, especially Black women. You should not expect no male protection out here from somebody that's not your father. You know what I'm saying? Or your brother. And in fucked up situation, it might be your father and your brother that you need protection from. So it just is it's bad times out here for the lady folk. It's bad times.
Yeah, that was a wild. That was yeah. I heard that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Without going down the rabbit hole.
Oh
so
my
much.
God.
shit.
Oh no. Oh, do you really think you should be up now? Should we slap the mat? Can we please? Can we slap the mat?
That's
Just
what I'm
slap the
saying.
mat.
But I want you
Shut up and dribble. Shut up and dribble.
Oh.
Right now, yes. Yes.
It was a simple question I had.
Oh, go ahead. Fuck it. Go ahead.
So, as fathers of daughters,
Mhm.
how do you tell your daughter to fight back or tell the teacher?
Tell the teacher. Who you
I
gonna
do
tell
both.
out in the world in the
I
dorm
do
room?
both.
Do you tell? Oh, no, I'm
As
asking.
a
Like,
student, I tell them both. I said, if someone tries to put their hands on you, you have a right to hit them back, and then you go tell the teacher. I tell them both.
So
I tell
even
her both, I should say, but I always tell her she has a right to punch and kick, scratch, bite. If anybody tries to hurt you, you have a right to defend yourself first and foremost. And I always got your back. If you get in trouble, I'm at that school. Like, as long as I understand the story, you're not lying to me, we clear, you always have a right to fight back.
That's right.
I don't give a fuck.
With the exception of the specific instructions of groin and eyeball gouging, that's almost word for word.
Okay, because I'm doing a violence prevention class, and I'm trying. I asked this question to the kids. I'm be like, so most of the kids say my mom says fight. If somebody put their hands on you, fight. And I'm up here like, well, damn, if you fight, do you realize the consequences of what's going to happen after you get in a fight? I'm trying to tell them to go breathe and go tell the teacher or something like that.
You should. I think that's your role as a non-parent.
Okay, right.
Yeah, I think you're doing it correctly. Your role is not. In fact, you'll lose whatever role you're playing. Your role is not to tell them to whatever. Yeah. Parents, I think, are different, and then parents need to be ready to
face the consequences,
stand up, or whatever the consequences are, to have a talk with their child, whatever position their child in. But I don't think your role is either a guidance counselor or a counselor of some kind, or a teacher. It is certainly not to tell kids to, like, if someone does something that you need to go fight them. Your role is to tell them to tell the teacher. So I think that's perfectly fine. I think that's different from what a parent tells their child. Particularly in the world we live in, like, and again, I don't want to make it some street shit or whatever like that, but that's the way. That's I mean, like it's a shame because we live in well, I come from a community, ain't got a lot of resources, ain't a lot of stuff there, and again, even with people having off days don't allow you to touch me, right? So in that situation, it's kind of like a little bit of like it's a survival mode thing. It's like you got to be able to, at least, even if you lose a fight sometimes, right? Even if you lose a fight, you gotta be able to let people know that you're going, if someone hits you, you're going to hit them back, or someone tries to get at you. If it feels like you ain't got no other choice, right? You can't walk away. You gotta do something. So,
Kim, what I liked about the story I was telling is the closing of the space. That's what I've talked a lot about. That the first goal is don't let them close space. There should be no physical contact or the possibility of physical contact. So at the moment things start getting to that level, evade, go away. But if you can't, and there's physical contact that's not sanctioned through extreme levels of acceptance and permissibility, then and then go straight. Like, there's no time to play and no time to try to be fancy and be fair. You quickly create space and get away.
I have a friend whose daughter at the time was in elementary school, and on the playground, the daughter got into a physical confrontation with a little boy her age. The boy put his hands around the child's neck, the girl's neck. The girl reported him to the teacher, administrator, and the girl was told, and as was her parent later on, oh, that's how he likes you. You know, I don't want
heard
us
that
to
before.
figure out how much bad male behavior is excused, how often it is excused away, and how early it starts to be excused away, right? The protection of boys against, I guess, the accusation of girls starts out very, very early. You know what I'm saying? Either the girls are disbelieved, or adults in power or in positions of authority, don't want to get the boy in trouble. Well, we don't want to get him in too much trouble because, that means suspension. That means, and not to say that boys, by the way, are not heavily, punished and whatever. In certain instances, they are, right? That the school to prison pipeline is a real thing. But how much unwanted physical aggression that little girls have to accept and begin to endure starts very young. So you can teach your girls to fight back or whatever. Whoo, they're gonna be fighting daily, weekly, monthly. And it never stops. By the way, it's a sad reality of being female in this society, that some man / boy is going to want to touch you when you don't want them to. And what do? And by the way, a lot of times, when women in the real world practice self-defense, they are punished, right?
Yeah, I think they're. I mean, we've just seen a couple of stories a few weeks ago or whatever about people fighting back against their abusers and wind up with prison time.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I also want to expand, like, it's again, just for me, it's like, we live in these communities where it's also, I'm not taking away from anything that you said, but it's also dude on dude, right? There's a lot of, most of the fighting is dude on dude. People either being territorial, people trying to show that they tough, people try to defend, whatever it is, because unfortunately it's like it goes further. It's like, it feels like it's the only thing that we got is to protect ourselves personally, or to make ourselves feel good by having the physical ability to hurt somebody who is right next to you. That makes us feel some sort of power, kind of thing, because we got so little power in the larger society, right?
Mm-hmm.
So no, I mean, we don't, and again, like we don't control our schools, and half the time when we do, we're following someone else's playbook about how to educate our kids or how to teach our kids to be young men or young women. And so we barely half the time do something different. And then, that just, it's a side note, but half the time it's like we are reinforcing the various stereotypes that white supremacy has already given us. Because again, we're not, our folks are not also thinking out the box, whatever. So that's where you get this bullshit around boys will be boys, or like, and that involves their treatment of girls and their treatment of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I say we take another topic like this to Patreon, and let's go ahead and get to some news on the Remix Morning Show.
Mm-hmm.
It's time for a break, isn't it? I mean,
a little fired up.
I thought he was about to slap the map. I thought that was his own segue to push the button.
Thanks, Ear Doctor. Good morning, everybody. It's the Remix Morning Show, Tuesday edition. Full house on the screen. You need to come look at us. Look at these beautiful smiling faces. You know what I'm saying? Smile for the people, Kamal.
I just did. I thought that was a smile.
That was good. That was a Brooklyn smile. We love that.
Yeah.
That's how they smile in the Albany projects.
Like, what up? That's a smile.
JB, give us flash us them long reach pearly whites. You know what I'm saying? Let's get one of them Columbia Path, one of them Lake Elkhorn smiles.
Yeah, we give a full teeth smile out here in these tree-lined streets. Everybody's happy.
Everybody got insurance. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got orthodontic coverage in the tree-lined streets.
Although I was on my Hickory Ridge Village Board meeting last night.
Okay.
And we got a visit from two of Howard County's finest to give their report. I always feel that way. And thankfully, this was a virtual meeting, but I still feel that way. I always feel like they're here for me. I know they're here for me. But apparently, there's a little bit more criminality in these tree-lined streets than I was aware.
Like what? Breaking in the car. It's the same old criminality in the we've had 5 cars broken into. This is a rash of crime.
I had no idea. Apparently there was a big. I don't remember being told about this, and thankfully my kids were not around for this. But apparently, it was a huge brawl at the mall within recent, and kids have gotten to the point where they're apparently terrifying the adults in this area. I didn't realize it was that serious.
I love that for Columbia.
So
that's wonderful.
Yeah. So then there's some apparently drag racing has been an issue that has been needed to be pushed. I have no idea. I'm totally out of all the loops because all I hear is quiet and crickets and birds and whatever. So, but yeah, but there was I think a couple little things here and there, and then of course, unfortunately, there was that shooting.
That shooting.
But there's always, I think every neighborhood association meeting I've ever gone to in my life, there's always that point where they'll have the neighborhood cop come up, the neighborhood pig come up with the crime report. And it is usually like the car break-ins is the number one. And everybody is like, oh, this is why and this is how they do. I mean, this is the slickness of how things operate, right? This is how they get we need more police. We need more. We're going to increase our patrols on 13th and McDonald because we have like 3 reports of break-ins in cars or whatever like that. And everybody, so that's how they get you. And
somebody last night said there was a strange car outside my house. I was like,
I tell you all a funny story. So I had a Ring camera that I allowed my mom to be on the account of the Ring camera, and my mother was for about a week straight. There was a strange car parked outside your house. I saw somebody up. I definitely took that Ring camera down. I said, I said, you know what? I don't think this is working. I don't need this kind of surveillance, Mama. Please,
every night at 10 o'clock, there's a strange 10 p.m. There's a strange car that parks right in front of your house. What are they doing?
Oh Lord, they're parking. It's okay. It's all right. But no, Howard County, you have to laugh. I always laugh at Howard County. Ain't 50 years straight, ain't no major crime in HoCo. And if it is, it's the whites, really, always. And it's the young whites, the underage drinking parties that happen in the mansions, all the drugs being consumed. They don't never run up in they shit over there in Centennial or motherfucking Mount Hebron. They don't run up nobody house over there. All the drugs over there.
That's why their crime reports are always so low, because it's like the things that they consider crimes in our neighborhood, and theirs, they don't count them as such, right? Like they don't count them. Like you just face the just get your ass home, get on home, or it's like it's nothing to them. So there never no crime stats in their neighborhoods. But it's like you're right, it's like similar behaviors.
But I do have some good news.
What's that?
And I think for some of us in particular, this is really good news. Marijuana users less likely to experience severe COVID infections, study confirms.
Bow.
What?
Head of the curve. Look at us.
You know what I'm
saying? Did
your
doctor do this study? Who did this?
Healthy did it. Right. Oh, my bad. I missed that part. It's Rob Batts.
Herbs? Did they say herbs? Stuff that grows out of the ground? Natural herbs?
Soursop?
Exactly.
I'm guessing it's not the property. Well, Jared's about to tell us, but my theory is it's not the properties of the marijuana. It's the resin coating your lungs that makes COVID harder to attach itself to your lung lining. I
don't know how far off that is. Maybe just said differently. But what? So this says this study was conducted by Northwell Health in New York and published last week in the Cannabis and Cannabinoid Research Medical Journal. Shout out to them for that focus. I didn't even know that thing existed. Salute.
Have them on the show.
Yeah, we need to. Found that cannabis users had better outcomes and mortality compared with non-users. The researchers believe that the beneficial effect of the drug use may be attributed to its immunomodulatory effects, which helps the body fight off infection and disease. In coming up with the findings, the team analyzed COVID patient data from the National Inpatient Sample Database and then divided the patients into 2 groups based on cannabis use. A total of 322,214 patients were included in the study, with 2,603 being cannabis users. User and non-users were then matched to adjust for factors such as age, race, and gender, and other comorbidities. Cannabis users also tended to be younger and had a higher prevalence of tobacco use. So that's deep. That's deep. Probably I wonder to what extent that's blunt use as opposed to just regular cigarettes. But according to Forbes, 28.2% of the cannabis users were found to have experienced serious infection compared to near double 46.6% of non-users. The mortality rate was likewise just 2.8% for users and 5.1% for non-users, with intubation rates of 7.1% and 9.7% respectively. Cannabis users also had shorter hospital stays of 6.4 days compared to 7.0 days for non-users. So it seems pretty legit, but all I can say is I'm not qualified to assess the data. I just think I'm about to inoculate myself a little further.
So I heard this similarly at the height of the pandemic or after, the post height of the pandemic. So the fact that this information or this, research is being reaffirmed, right? So this is not like a one-off or this wasn't a mistake when they first looked at this a couple of years ago. This is consistent that, cannabis users, and I wonder, would that make it easier for people to obtain cannabis if it proves to be, a COVID fighter? And is it fair to call it a COVID fighter or no?
A treatment. It should be classified as a treatment.
It feels like it's almost seems like a pre-treatment. It's like a prophylactic of sorts. Yeah, like go get your condoms and your bag of weed. You know what I'm saying? Stay healthy. Stay healthy.
I support.
Look at what
the pharmacist.
I didn't say anything. I'm just agreeing with everything that's being said.
Basking in a certain glow. You seem to be very.
No.
So let's put this to the test. Did you have COVID, ear doctor? Have you had COVID?
No.
You've never, you've never had it, to your knowledge.
Nope.
Do you get tested?
No.
Well, okay. I mean, so then you've
never been, relatively speaking, sick.
Not
over
sick the whole time.
years.
It was so great because I didn't even have allergies that time because nobody was outside. It was a bunch of pollen and all that. It was different.
He was like, I was outside by myself.
I know I was, and I didn't have allergies that whole year. It was great.
And you're a DJ. I mean, it's not like you don't go to places where they're like crowds. Tons of people.
And I was doing a podcast. So you remember I had 85 South coming in.
Yeah. You know, they were sick with a lot of things. So.
They wasn't sick neither. They sick in the but nah, they wasn't sick neither. So I don't know. And they was chiefing. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So. But I don't know. I didn't know if y'all was ready to take a break since Jaro brought such good news to the table.
I am, but that's always one of the funny things about like weed smoke. Like people like, there's a lot of folks I know who are heavy on the weed, who are all they're like all into the health. They're all into making sure that they wash their hands and the bacteria shit. They're really meticulous at this health thing. But they will smoke after somebody under that.
Pass the blunt.
Here you go, and they'll be bam, they're on it.
That's bad practices. That's bad practices.
The heat.
That's why you got to take the fire on the blunt.
That's why you do like some of us, where you have individual one-hitter pieces for everybody at the party.
That don't happen though.
So
bring your J
not at the party.
Face your own J. Roll your own, smoke your own. Don't be passing J's in COVID, everybody.
Whew, that was good. That was a good story. All right. It just backs up, what herbs can do if you actually believe in it. All right. So let's go ahead
And CMOS.
And CMOS, especially if you go on the Community Movement Builders website and getting some. I mean, that's the move.
There you go.
All right. With that said, let's take a quick break right here on the Remix Morning Show. Let's go. Oh, make me feel good inside. You make me wanna watch some Remix Morning Show. Yes, welcome out, y'all. Hit that like button. Subscribe. If you're new to the channel, go to patreon.com, become a member over there, and get footage that's rare. And yes, y'all, you can go right here to our website and donate. Don't play or hate. Right there, blkliberationmedia.org. We very much appreciate it for keeping us coming here every week, bringing you that news. All right, so here's what I wanted to do. I wanted to give a shout out to a great person who just made their transition. Let's talk about James Earl Jones. That's right. Big up to James Earl Jones, who just made his transition September 9th. We talking about yesterday, y'all. All right, let me put you on a little bit about James Earl. All right. So he's been actually working in since like the 50s. We're talking about he started off in doing theater, but he also is known because he has so many achievements. I mean, he's an EGOT. He's one of the first EGOT guys. And talk about an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and a Tony. He is in the American Theater Hall of Fame, National Medal of Arts, Kennedy Center Honor, Screen Actors Guild Life Achievement Award. So many awards. Big up to this brother coming straight out of Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? He spent a little time in the Army, actually. And then when he got back, he got on the Broadway and did his first big performance in Sunrise Campobello. Yeah, so he did that. And then he did Othello, King Lear, a bunch of different joints. And when he came out in this movie called The Great White Hope in 1968, he really got him the Academy Award and a Golden Globe nomination. But he was in so many different things. But one of his biggest things that a lot of people don't know and do know is that he was the voice of Darth Vader in Star Wars. And man, that's a hell of a role right there to play the evilest guy in one of the biggest movies ever. And also Claudine, he was in that. He was in so many. Just go check his resume, man. But big up to that brother. He was dealing with type 2 diabetes, and yeah, he lost his life yesterday. But he also talked about it and let people know that they need to be in the gym working out also. So big up to that brother and his family left behind, his daughters, and yeah. So big up to no other than James Earl Jones. All right, let's go ahead and take it back to the Remix Morning Crew. You know how we do.
And I think that's Darth.
What do you call him? Darth?
It's not
Dark.
Darth Vader.
It is Darth. I've been saying Darth Vader for the longest. Darth.
You know what else he was up on?
Stop.
I knew you were gonna do it. I knew I was literally, I promise you I was gonna ask, but does he pass the Kamal test?
Yo,
and no, that is just
I was leaving that information for Kamal.
Inside James' 34-year-old marriage to Cecilia Hart. I could just relax and be myself with her.
Oh shit. Wow.
Who are you? Stop, man. Stop, man. That brother just made his transition, man.
My bad.
Is it too soon?
It's too soon. Too soon.
It's too soon.
Give him 2 days. Damn.
But I promise you, I was gonna. Oh my goodness. I was like, but
as soon as he brought him up, I knew, because I was like, oh, I know he married your wife.
Oh, yeah.
Oh shit. But James Earl Jones comes out of that old Broadway. They called themselves something. I can't remember what it was, but Ozzie Davis and Ruby Dee and Cecily Tyson and Paul Winfield and all of those vintage stage that went to the screen actors. Like he comes out of that, acting. You know what I'm saying?
He's one of the first in As the World Returns as a regular.
Wait, wasn't he in Uptown Saturday Night? Wasn't he one of them gangsters?
Yeah.
Okay,
He wasn't a gangster. Was he a gangster? He was with one.
Yeah, no, I thought he was. Wasn't he one of the big rival gangsters in that movie?
Was Harry Belafonte was.
It was Harry Belafonte.
Yeah, but I think he was. I think he was also in there. Yeah,
he was in it, but he wasn't the head gangster because it was Harry.
He was a great actor.
And John Amos.
Great thespian.
I want to. They need to go back and watch Uptown Saturday Night. I'm tired of Bill Cosby ruining shit. You know what I'm saying?
And let's do it again.
Let's do it again, y'all.
Classic.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were.
Like all three of them, maybe at one point was married.
And
to
the
white
traveling
people.
bingo and the traveling all stars.
What does that look? Wait a minute. What does that look like when you you do the closing, the movie set, and then you have the cast party, and every black actor has a white wife with them? I was like, does anybody look at each other and go like,
it just looks like the NFL.
Always had a black wife.
Say that, ear doctor.
It looks like the NFL.
And oh wow.
yeah. It's like almost everyone. Harry Belafonte, Sidney Poitier, or James Earl, John
Sidney
Amos.
Poitier had a black wife.
He had one at one point, but no, his
But as Mtume Gant told us, he would not
I
work
think,
with black directors.
I just at the cast rap party with every woman there, except for maybe one or two black the black actresses that play their wife on the screen, of course.
They get there. They're the black women in the
They're the only black women there. All the other women there, all the white wives of the black male actors.
Ozzy and Ruby look at this shit.
Look at this shit.
Look at this shit.
All right, that is your artist spotlight. Most definitely big.
That's
up
funny though. I just
Earl.
watched my students literally yesterday, had an argument about Patrick Mahomes and his blackness. And my favorite argument was one woman said her argument was he's not black based on the fact that he married white. That he could have saved himself.
That lineage is certain headed in a particular direction. Let's put it like that.
Well, yeah, I just thought it was. I enjoy these when I can just sit back and watch the discussion and the debate. But I particularly like that argument. I just think it's funny, at least, that it had nothing to do with him or his parentage. It was his choice and mate. He could have saved himself.
I like that too.
I was like, all right,
the unblackening of the biracial, right? Like but mixed race folks, specifically black and white mixed race folks, they can. They got a choice, and that next generation is going to be blacker or definitely less black, right?
It absolutely factored in my choice. I mean, I can't front. I mean, that was absolutely part of the equation for me. Even before there was any kind of political consciousness, the first thing was I just can't. I was like, was like, this is not gonna work. I can't go one more. I don't have enough.
But I'll be honest. One of the things that kept me and Agat from each other for so long was like, it's too much. It's too light skinned Negroes. It's like, yeah, this is not how it was.
That happened too. Oh my God!
This is not how it was supposed to work. We were not trying to go there. It was like a weird thing. It was like, well, this is not what I planned.
Both of y'all prefer darker, huh?
Oh yeah.
I don't know about. I honestly don't know that I have that preference in terms of. I don't know that I have any preference in terms of physical attractiveness. I'm physically attracted to name it, but it's the at the point of decision, of making that final decision. Yeah, I mean, I remember years. I was in the Navy once. I thought she was fine. She was a very fair-skinned woman, and we went to this picnic. And I remember this dude came up to us and said, "You look like brother and sister." And I was like, the relationship's over. Like it was like it ended in that moment. It was like, that's it.
Down, I'm done.
Yeah, I was like, basically, that was like, and I think she felt the same way. Like it was not a serious relation. It was like a silly, stupid young fling, But it was like, that's it. That was like, that's it.
We've
they
had
were
that
like,
happen twice. Yeah, we've had that like before we got married. We'd have that happen twice.
Wow.
Usually by a black woman who says it too. You know what I mean? Like she was like, They're like, why y'all dating? Y'all look like y'all brother and sister. I was like, oh, not even shy about it. And I love, kind of love it. It's like, yeah, well, it just happened. Did that whole line, whatever. But it did. It was one of those things where we were like, Side note, though, one of the best movies of all time, I will give James Earl Jones credit for, is Claudine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was talking to some millennials, and they didn't know Claudine. Black was like, y'all don't know shit if y'all don't know Claudine. Claudine is one of the best movies of all time.
I got to look at Claudine. See,
I got to go
Field
back
of
to
Dreams and not Claudine.
No, Claudine is one of the best.
Okay.
It's got some politics, family relations, the welfare system. Yeah.
He was Magic Negro in Field of Dreams, wasn't he?
He was Magic Negro. I mean, and it's the quality of the acting performance, obviously his voice that carried it. But when I'm thinking about it, I'm like, he let this white man kidnap him out his house, hold him hostage, and make him go to baseball games and help him out. Then here comes James Earl Jones playing Captain Save-A-Ho for fucking Kevin Costner, so Kevin Costner can save his farm. What we doing?
The privilege, boy. The privilege.
Wow.
That's what we're here for.
Jesus.
We're here to make them better.
Yeah.
I
tried to watch that movie Magical Negro. I couldn't make it through.
I didn't even get to it.
That's right. I never got to watch. I never watched it either. It just seemed so badly done. This is the commercials to me.
The preview, it seemed to go immediately into a rom-com, an interracial rom-com. So that's when I was like, okay, I'm not interested in that. If they were going to make it about somehow a magical Negro concept or I don't know. I might have been interested, but I was just,
I was even disappointed in the one. I think you did the review, the one with the guy who was the author. This is not Magical Negro, but just
American Fiction.
American Fiction. I was disappointed in that one because I just thought it didn't even have a class analysis of at least the movie version of who this guy was. Like he was, it's like there's no even analysis of who he is in terms of his desire for fame and want and being accepted for writing non-Black material and having to rely on these stereotypical things to get famous or whatever. So I was like, it's a little piece, it's interesting. Some of it is funny. The acting is good, of course. But I was like, there's a little bit of class, not a little bit. There's a lot of missing notes on the class issues of this middle-class Black dude who just wants to be accepted for the kind of writer he is and kind of thing. So
again, that's the biggest public. I think that's my most comedic, at least, depending on how people think about it. Public L, because I went and saw it and raved about it and came back, was like, everybody got to go see it. And then Mtume again correctly said what you said, what you caught on the first round was basically that it's an apologetic for the Black bourgeoisie. So it's meant to make us, when we see them selling out, we're supposed to feel sorry for them as opposed to criticize them.
Wow.
But they got me. Again. All they had to do get a bald beige beard, chubbying, disappointed with his career, mad that other people got what he don't have, and I was like, I'm in. This is my movie. This is the best movie ever. They telling my life. And I was blinded. That's why speaking of Patreon, you gotta everybody go to Patreon and see. That's why I'm working on evolving the VP Vernon Philosophy rating system, because I'm a victim of my own analysis. Like we need a system. I need help. So there's a Patreon shout out for new VP ratings for Rebel Ridge, Coming From America, and Black Power mixtape. So go check that out.
Kamal, did you have a white father?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I got a question for y'all. I got a question for y'all for Patreon after this. I just developed one in my head.
About a white father?
Well, both of y'all having biracial parents. Did I say that right?
I honestly do think that we don't have biracial parents.
No, you have a white and Black parent.
We are the products of an interracial relationship.
Yeah.
But I think the very important key differences in our experiences are very important and key differences. So if that's where you're headed, I actually think there's
y'all gonna want to tune in to Patreon for this, boy. I got some questions, and I believe Kim, you definitely you can help me on this one.
You got a white father, Kim?
No,
but we get
or or a white zaddy.
I keep telling you, I am black on both sides. Don't let the complexion fool you. I got 4 black grandparents. 4.
You ever dated a white guy?
Yes, absolutely. I'm from Howard County.
You
Yes,
from Howard County? That's a must.
That's funny.
Of course, I date white men. And I
It comes
date
with the
white men.
rental agreement.
Well, the only reason, and this is real. Like, first of all, I had exposure to white guys as in my formidable years. But I mean, I date white men out of spite because it pisses black men off. You should see them.
Wow.
You think like this to piss off black dudes?
Oh my gosh, what? Oh,
man.
ladies, hold on, ladies.
You're
If
so
you haven't
contrary.
gone out
You're
with
so
with your
contrary.
Chad in public, take Chad to the
Chad.
Erykah Badu concert. Watch the brothers walk. Get
Hey, Chad,
Ooh.
Erykah Badu. Oh
Watch
my
the brothers
God.
get the tight face. Oh, this shit's
Look at this
hilarious.
sellout.
This shit is hilarious. Oh, nigga, please. I wish a nigga around here would call me a sellout. These men around here date the spectrum, and then got the nerve to have a tight face, and they see his sister pull up with her man Becky. Leave me and Travis Kelce alone out here. You know what I'm saying? We having a good time.
I had a good friend back in the day. My man used to he was the epitome of like the good looking brother with the locks, oils, like soul brother number one. He had a white girlfriend, but anytime he'd walk in the street, he said this is what broke up their relationship. Whenever he would take his hand away from her. If he saw black women walking in his direction, he would snatch his hand back and not want to be seen holding hands with her.
I mean, damn, if she had any self-respect, she should. I mean, damn, that's pretty blatant.
Ouch.
You got to
He told
keep your
that
soul money
story. I
in the house.
rolled. I was like, oh shit.
See, but it depends on. I think that might be depending on where you are, because again, but black men in this area have not had an issue with they Becky Boo things on their arm. Like, it's kind of not to say every brother, not even close, but it's not uncommon. So, but yeah.
All right. Well, let me get out here.
I saw Ricky say that we should bring him Tume back, and trust me, again, one of the reasons why I'm encouraging people to continue to support our Patreon is that the reason for his absence is going to be made known sooner than later, and it's going to be made known probably via Patreon, and it's going to be made known with a vengeance. So it's about to. This is one of those on the horizon announcements that I can't that I have to keep teasing, but it's like his absence is not for no reason. It's not just because he's not around. It's
His absence.
Something's cooking. Something's
Black
cooking.
Media in particular, or just life things, or
both. Yeah, Black Liberation Media is going to be very much in the mix. Pun intended. Is going to be very much, I think, playing a central role in, also pun intended, in what will be announced. So so yeah. So I agree with the people in the chat that are looking for him to come back, but yeah, we working. It's something's being put together here. So stay tuned. Sign up. This is in addition to other good things happening with the platform. This is a good time to come through.
Yeah, buddies. Remix Morning Show, everybody. It's Tuesday. Thank you guys so much for being here and engaging with the program. We have lots of places we need to send you guys. So we need y'all to go subscribe here. Continue to support us here. Go subscribe for some ongoing support at blkliberationmedia.org. Go on over to iMix Without. Tell us, Jared, what are your YouTube channels, by the way, and the Remix Morning Show YouTube channel? So what's the places that people need to go and also subscribe?
The Remix channel, is it just the Remix Morning Show channel? I think what I'm going to say.
Now it is. Yeah.
Yeah. And the I Mix What I Like is just out there. I think we'll just put the links in there. People can, because I honestly don't remember all of the exact, wording and links. So I will make sure the links go in the show description so people can find what they need to find, and including your platform, and make sure that everybody can find what they need to find. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I don't know where else you were going with that, but
oh no, nowhere. I wasn't going nowhere.
Okay.
Just telling the people it's Tuesday, September the 10th. You got Kamal, Jared, Kim, and the Ear Doctor here with you. And the remixes, y'all are here with us. Show us y'all here with us. Please like the video. Please listen to our demo. We appreciate that. Anything that you can do to support us on the free side or on the material side is deeply appreciated. And thank you guys for continuing to support Black Liberation Media.
Yeah.
You know,
So,
I sent you a YouTube story, Jared. I feel like the story is pretty important for the diaspora.
The law professor.
Go one before that should be
The one before,
banana.
hold on a second.
It should
Yeah.
have bananas in it. But
Oh yeah. Okay.
yes, this is
All right, we can
important.
start there. Are we playing something from this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
All right, it's up on the screen. Oops. Am I just running it? You want to say something? What's happening?
This is important information for the diaspora to be aware of. That's
Okay.
it.
All right.
We need one of those charts.
Production.
Hey, graphics, all right.
I mean, it's no remix morning show for sure.
They stretching
Somebody
it
was
out too, the graphics. God damn.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have in the bulletin. Brace for it. Banana board warns country of imminent shortage of banana and plantain.
Oh no.
More concerns ahead of school reopening. And later in sports, Jamaica in line for at least 3 more medals on day 4 at World Athletics Under-20 Championships in Peru.
Jamaica.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Carrie Simpson. Here are the details. We begin this afternoon with worrying news for Jamaican consumers. The local banana board is warning of an imminent shortage in banana and plantain. The board said the situation is the result of the extensive damage caused to the sector by Hurricane Beryl. A detailed assessment conducted by the board revealed that an average of 74% damage in the sector. General Manager of the Banana Board, Janet Connie, said at 74%, the damage assessment amounts to $2.1 billion. Mrs. Connie says the actions of banana and plantain farmers during this time will determine the rate of recovery over the next 9 months. Meanwhile, she is encouraging farmers to take the necessary steps to improve their yields as quickly as possible.
That's it.
Is that
Okay.
Yep.
I thought we was gonna hear from the banana board member.
I'm scrolling ahead. I don't think so.
Check the timestamp Kim gave you.
Did she
Yeah,
give me
doctor.
one? Oh
Yeah,
wow.
listen,
Oh, I
listen,
get it.
you're
I get the
funny.
joke.
Oh, ha,
I get the
ha.
joke.
So funny. Ha ha. Anyway,
Oh,
it's not gonna be funny when you paying $5 for a plantain out here. I thought it was plantain, but I'm a rock with their pronunciation. Plantain.
Plantain.
Plantain. I thought it was plantain.
Plantanos.
Oh,
Depends
I
on
know.
where you're from.
That's bad
That
news.
is bad news,
That
actually.
is bad
This
news. I was like, wait a minute.
we are a major banana and plantain or plantanos household. So this is and we do the plantains from the crispy chip, salty chips to the soft that tastes like pancakes. It's like all and in between.
my favorite.
It's oh my goodness.
So there have been some complaints, especially from our brethren and sistren in the UK, about the price of plantain over the past couple of years. Now, I don't exactly know where plantain is grown and exported from. Obviously, Jamaica being one place. I'm going to assume they grow plantain in Africa and export it from Africa too, but I really don't know. So this is not good for the people, obviously, of the island who are suffering still from the effect. I mean, this is in a way, this is a climate change story. This is an environmental justice story because people in the Caribbean and in the global South, in this hemisphere especially, are going to disproportionately experience the effects of stronger storms, stronger hurricanes, rising sea levels, worsening conditions for agriculture, etc. But this could be, this is one of the leading indicators of that. Not certain if the banana and the plantain sector will recover, but it could be a while, and it could be very costly for the farmers there in Jamaica.
Yeah, that's the. I don't pretend to know much about the details of the current economy there, but I do remember the Life and Debt documentary. that was pretty powerful in talking about Jamaica's relationship to the global economy, including banana and other fruit production, and how what I thought the story was about to say. I didn't realize the sort of natural disaster element, because they've talked about in that documentary and elsewhere that a lot of the issues with resources is that they have to export so much to satisfy the global market. So there's like I thought they were about to say, yeah, we're growing all these bananas, they're just getting distributed elsewhere, but no. So it's a bad spot. And then, yeah, of course, the workers and the people at the bottom are going to be forced to suffer the worst of it. And nobody's going to be coming to say, well, why don't we just redistribute something back to Jamaica, since, from elsewhere in the world, since they're having a tough time. It'll be, anyway, that's not funneled through some sort of strained, aid process. But
that's interesting, because it's part of I think part of what's happening, which will impact, so-called global markets and national markets where folks is that the agricultural system is not based on people's individual needs in their nation states. They're based on what the world market demands or claims to demand in terms of how your arable space in your country should be used to satisfy global markets. And so, like you said, like that. So we look at Haiti's a prime example, Jamaica, other Caribbean markets. Their land is not being grown for what their personal needs are in some large way, but it's usually because some multinational company demands that the land get grown, that the land be used a certain way, paying off politicians, not paying taxes, low paying workers, and then things get shipped out. And the things that get shipped in is based on what the needs of like other global markets are. So in Haiti, for instance, the rice, the gutting of the Haitian agricultural system and the importing of rice products to Haiti, which satisfies the needs of local U.S. farmers, but has nothing to do with the real needs of Haitians on the ground and stuff like that. So we have an agricultural system that's not based on people's individual needs or where they're at, but based on, again, a larger global market.
Ear Doctor, are we saving the Kendrick Lamar Super Bowls story?
Nah, go ahead. Let's bring it on.
I thought we were gonna go through the comments after Kamal broke our Instagram.
Nah, go ahead and bring it up.
I got a lot of pushback. I did it on my Twitter. Ooh, you should bring it up. But it was like, you would think that I talked about somebody's mama.
I got a different take on it.
Well, hold on.
I'm going to talk about my particular Twitter account. I know you got to, the people who respond, and then they got all into this weird ADOS thing. It says what the hell is going on?
Time out. I need your original comment. What did you tweet? What did you say?
Oh, I'll bring mine up.
So for people who don't know what we're talking about, pretty much Kendrick Lamar is this. He's going to be performing at the Super Bowl, and he had a commercial showing that he's going to do it in front of a big American flag, as you can see.
One more.
Oh, boo.
One. Two more.
You find your tweet, Kamal?
Just like that.
Yeah, I got it, but you can show this.
All right. Yeah, okay.
You ready?
It's the same thing.
Exactly. What the deal, everybody? My name Kendrick Lamar, and I'll be performing at Super Bowl 59. Will you be pulling up? I hope so. You know, it's only one opportunity to win a championship. No round twos. Let's get it.
Drake.
Oh, shot at Drake. He is on Drake's neck.
Meet me in New Orleans, February 9th, 2025.
All right.
Wear your best dress, too.
The flag is too small, though. He needed a bigger flag. The flag was just too small.
I'd rather see the Foo Fighters if we keeping it a buck. How come? What happened to rock bands headline in the Super Bowl? They don't do that no more.
Jay-Z, I think, is in charge of picking the halftime.
Yeah.
When Jay-Z was hired basically to step in and make us all forget about what's his name?
Kaepernick.
Kaepernick? Yeah,
Kaepernick.
Kaepernick. And the kneeling.
Kaepernick.
Oh, thanks.
You
Thank you so
stepped
much.
in there, ear doctor, help him out.
Syllables.
I appreciate that. I appreciate
No
that.
problem. No problem.
Jay-Z was brought in to help us forget about Kaepernick.
Yeah.
And to make the Super Bowl watchable again, or make football watchable again without the protest. And that's been his job ever since. And so he's been highlighting, of course, Black talent, and highlighting it in a certain way. Like, I mean, they could have done the same commercial without the American flag, of course. But, and I'm not saying this dude really has politics. I know people think that he does because of some of his stuff around police brutality or whatever. And he's been lifted up. And at times, I think he's lifted himself up as like this Black radical voice within hip hop. But I mean, like, you know, and I think I said, at least on the Instagram thing, I said, like, there's never a good time to have the American flag behind you, but particularly now when the United States is involved in a genocide or supporting a genocide and making a genocide happen. And then he doesn't see, of course, my assumption is, I should say, that either he's down with it or he just don't even understand the context of it, or he just is getting paid so much that he don't really give a fuck. That he's being used as a propaganda vehicle for more support, more American patriotism and so forth. So yeah.
So you don't have any faith that this brother is going to use this big stage and platform to do something like he did when he did the award show, when he was talking about when he did the whole black thing and the chains and the prison guards and all that stuff, when he did a song that was talking about, you know, respecting black people. So you don't think he's going to use this big stage to push that? Because I'm looking at it like this.
Oh, that's so cute. Ear Doctor, you think he's going to be allowed to do that?
But we don't have to speculate. He's already performed at the Super Bowl and already censored himself on the topic of police brutality. He performed his song and took out his own lyrics about police violence. So we don't have to speculate.
Damn, he did, huh?
He did. He already did it.
Fuck. And everybody was waiting for. Everybody was saying Lil Wayne should do it, but I think Jay-Z didn't pick Lil Wayne because he knew that most likely he would bring Drake up there, and right now it looked like Kendrick won the battle. So.
But I thought Drake slept with Wayne's woman, and they have beef, and that that Kendrick will bring him up to add another knife twist to Drake.
I think that's what Kendrick is going to do. He's going to bring Wayne out.
Yeah,
so he's going to sing his "Not Like Us" song.
Is he going to have 800 million people around the world singing this man's a PDF file?
I know.
That's going to be
wild.
But this is Mr. Cash App, Mr. Amazon. He ain't Mr. Self-censorship. He ain't no.
Right. No. In Roger Goodell's NFL, I don't think so. Like I'm like this is already way black, right? Because Kendrick Lamar. So I'm old. I'm aware of who he is. I can't tell. I don't know what song he's saying. I can't tell you what song are his popular songs. But compare him to what they did in LA, where they had Dre and Snoop and 50, who are mainstream rappers right now. You know what I'm saying? Who have mainstream hits that old white people know. Go shorty, it's your birthday. Go and party like it's your birthday. I don't know if Kendrick got jams like that that has a broad appeal. I feel like this is like really, really niche in a way. I'm not looking forward to it, but again, I'm encouraged by the fact that Kendrick is going to show y'all that he ain't the radical that I guess some of his fans think that he is, because you are going to see him neutered and censored on that stage. This is the NFL. This is the Super Bowl. This is the biggest stage of the year in this country, and he's not going to be able to black it up, not like that.
But as a business move, it was a pro move to do Kendrick.
Oh, I mean, for him, yeah. If
for him,
if
right.
My students are any, to the extent they're a barometer, they don't care about the politics. This is a win.
Yeah.
This is just a straight win, and then they're even the drama with Drake and all that. They seem to be.
Yeah.
They were like, they were looking at me like, what's your problem?
And Roger Goodell.
What's your problem?
That's big money. Everybody gonna tune in.
Is it?
Well, that's the way I feel like
it
is.
Everyone was going to tune in anyway. You understand?
Nah, I mean, with the song "Not Like Us," mad people was on that song. I mean,
But I mean, it's not the only song. You feel me? Like there are artists out here. Like for one, the Super Bowl used to be a spotlight for legendary artists, right? And not to say
Mm,
that the way that it was done is the way that it should be done. I'm just saying it was a spotlight for legendary
mm.
artists. I don't consider Kendrick legendary, not even close. So it's kind of strange to me. I feel like this
It
is
is.
like this is like narrow casting on a weird level. You know what I mean? So I just thought there absolutely could have been a better selection.
He
And I
got
think Kim has a good point in that, if I heard correctly, I think there's no hip hop on the top 100 Billboard right now. I think there's like it's all other forms of music. So I don't know that this is going to be as big a worldwide audience get as some might think.
I think it's more about the cashing in on the fact that he's so popular right now, where
Exactly.
everybody's talking about the Drake battle, and he seems to have won the Drake battles. So I think that's where the like that's cashing on this, you know, and I mean it's like 3-4 months away and stuff like that. So
Well, that's the other thing. Is it gonna be that hot then? Is he coming out with something in between?
some album, yeah,
February.
that I
most
don't
likely
know.
will.
But I was going to comment quickly that so I completely agree. It's like people don't even want you. Like I obviously know I don't have any expectations of Kendrick, and so when I make commentary about him, or anybody makes commentary about him, is to point out that artists themselves are trash, or artists themselves have no politics, or artists themselves, for the most part, not exclusively or whatever, do get used to have their, whether they understand it or not, they have their artistry used as promotional value for U.S. politics. And the fact that you point that out, not necessarily you're not pointing out that the person is not a revolutionary because you don't expect them to be, but what you are pointing out is the fact that they are easily used, manipulated, cajoled, paid off, or whatever, to be put forth and put up there to have either opinions or ideas and so forth. And then you can also see them being put forth to express U.S., again, supporting U.S. patriotism or U.S., whether they know it or not. But the level of support, or like people attempting to act like these are almost like family members. I mean, the same people who have never done anything around the issue of like, or have no words on police killings in our community, what our communities look like. The moment you say something about their favorite artist, you would think that this person was like a Dr. King or Malcolm X in terms of their fight back and push to defend them, kind of things, like out the woodwork. It's like, really?
One of his biggest songs came during the Black Lives Matter. We Gonna Be All Right. He got King Kunta. I mean, a lot of his songs, Black of the Berry, the ones that's known ain't like it's poppy. It actually has messages in it. So I'm very interested to see how this goes.
Well, FD Signifier said it could be worse. They could have gotten Killer Mike. That's what he commented on the Instagram.
They might as well have got a Killer Mike, right?
Oof.
That's the same kind of narrow casting. You might as well throw Killer up there. Foo Fighters, God damn it, Jay-Z. I would like to see the Foo Fighters headline the Super Bowl, please and thank you. It's overdue.
Who's popular out of New Orleans though? Like, I don't
Who's
know.
popular? Cash Money and No Limit.
I
right?
mean, that's gonna perform at the Super Bowl. Come on, we ain't gonna see.
I mean, but
Turk.
why not?
Ain't nobody come and see Turk. Ain't nobody come and see you, Otis.
Turk.
They're not buying no tickets to see Kendrick either, to be honest. They're not buying tickets to see Kendrick Lamar. It's not like a concert.
Nah.
They buying tickets to see because the Super Bowl is what the Super Bowl is, and this just adds to trying to create a bigger audience or a spectacle around the Super Bowl, right? So Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's why they don't get paid. Yeah,
it's still probably like one of the top 1 or 2, or usually it's the number 1 like viewership in the world. Whenever every year, so it's still they got a product on their hands that they're trying to make sure reaches more people, younger audiences, and again, takes away from the tarnish of Kaepernick and the kneeling and the talking about policing and all that kind of stuff. How do they shift that narrative to show that they got Black support? They got cool Black support in terms of Kendrick Lamar, like it's not even poppy Black support, right? Like you say, they got somebody who is considered an actual artist, who the Black community in general, those who listen to it, young folks who listen to it for the most part, are like loving and digging, and seeing him destroy another, this corny ass nigga from Canada. It's like that's a huge win for them, a huge win for the Super Bowl in that way. But it's not about, it's not about viewership, and it's not about ticket sales. It's more about the look, the feel, what it's giving the Super Bowl in terms of coolness. That's what I think it's more about.
And what you said, the rap battle, America against Canada, like that's a whole nother battle right there. When they look at the, I'm telling you, and another caveat.
Don't nobody care about Canada, okay? Who cares about who even cares what Canada got to say, think, or comment on the situation?
Hey, their very African soccer team just beat the U.S. men's national team. So some people care about, and the white folks in Canada are pissed.
And
But
I got
no,
another.
to Kim's point, I don't think that's on anybody.
I got
Nobody
a-
think about Canada.
I got another caveat.
When it's hockey, hockey is what they care about. They don't care about.
Come on, I'm trying to use my word caveat.
Okay,
All right. So if I'm a business person and I'm like, all right, boom. Like if I'm Jay-Z, I'm like, yo, the Chiefs won. They nice. They probably gonna win again. And guess who got a song with Taylor Swift?
Cool.
Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, so you think she's gonna make a guest appearance?
Oh yes, she's gonna make a guest appearance on that song they got together. And Chiefs probably gonna be in the Super Bowl again, and it's all gonna work out.
Has she done the Super Bowl herself?
Nope,
Performed? Oh,
she sure hasn't.
I'm sure they're gonna have her some sooner or later next year.
Is she legendary, Kim?
For them white kids?
For the
yeah.
whites,
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sure
For the
she is. Yeah,
The whites,
she's
yeah.
legendary.
Shake it off, please.
35-year-old
crazy.
white women and 25 to 35-year-old white women. I'm sure she is legendary. I don't know any of her. I know that's all, the only song I know is "Shake It Off," and it's terrible.
Yeah.
Bad song. It's not even a
What?
good song.
Because my kid listens to the pop music, so I hear some of that shit. I'd be like, "This is what's moving them
It's
to
very
be out of
bad.
their minds right now."
Not even
This,
good. It's not even good pop music.
it is not.
Lady Gaga is barfing right now. You know what I'm saying? Gaga and Madonna are like, oh my God, how dare this bitch?
Well, speaking of which, I think you suggested it. I went and watched all these Amy Winehouse documentaries. And speaking of people who should be upset, she was actually dope. I had no idea. I wasn't paying attention. Not paying attention. I don't pay attention to shit like that. I'm not
That's
paying
what I'm saying.
attention.
Amy, that's why she kind of had a tiny bit of a rough go, because she wasn't pop either. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't.
Well, all right. I don't know. What do I know? One of the documentaries suggested that she headed in that direction, and that was part of her issue.
Oh, that she's being pushed
pop-
there.
Pop
Well, that
means
she was-
popular. She is popular.
But that she,
Pop music is usually a way of saying that you're taking out whatever idiom that the music comes from. You're taking out some of the.
Okay, so that's not what I meant. That's not how I. That's not what I meant.
Or natural music that in one idiom, like R&B, and so like when someone goes pop, they're trying to reach a larger audience. So they're in a lot of cases they're taking out the blackest part of it, or the drum beats or whatever. That they think is going to not make white folks not like it as much or whatever. They're making it more, I'm going to say the word more bland or whatever. But popular, I mean, pop obviously is short for popular. And then the idea is that's how you get popular, right? That's how there's been so many covers of black music. But Amy, I do think Amy was a sensational artist. But I also think one of the reasons she rose to the level of fame that she did during that time period was because she was a white artist doing black music and black sounds.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely. Yeah.
She was good.
She was what, Air Doctor?
She was good.
Yeah.
She was.
That fucking black album, that Frank album.
The Frank album, that shit was crazy. Like, as much as I love Back to Black, when I discovered Frank, I said, "Oh shit, okay." She's singing over "Made You Look" and shit. I said, "Okay, Amy Winehouse,
that was hard.
You better come through." Yeah, but no, Taylor Swift, boo. But that's okay. Listen, Jay-Z, let Jay-Z be your cultural, influence.
He's a business man.
He is. He's shown himself.
He said we're past kneeling. That was his whole. That was the whole thing. That's how he got this gig and cut that deal with the NFL, and the rest is unfortunate history. Yeah.
Y'all got anything else, or what we want to do here? We got
we got stories. Erica got stories. I don't know if we got time. We got stories.
We don't need no break.
Yes, let's do a story.
Okay, cool. Bye.
So, all right. So I'll just shout out to Erica lacing us with the run sheet.
Sister Erica.
Let's see. We got, oh man, don't sell my information. Confirm my choices. Oh my goodness.
So
Ricky
Kamal,
Smiley talks with. Oh, go ahead. Go
oh,
ahead.
no, I'm sorry. I was going to ask Kamal, did the people his mentions got ruined after having some critique about Kendrick? But go ahead. No, let's go
No,
on.
he had the flag wavers in his
Oh
mentions.
shit!
The
Wow.
ADOS
That's-
people too. I was like, whoa, it's hilarious. Like I don't respond to them because it was like, well, if you want to come over here and just write your shit, it's like I don't give a fuck. But but when I would scan them, I was like, oh damn, there's a lot of these motherfuckers. It's like the American blacks are here, and American black folks did this, and American black folks did that. And I was like,
It's weird.
ooh, yeah, it's
Like
a
that
weird,
ADOS. It's like
it's a
like
weird
political.
phenomenon.
and they're saying this is why you should not support her.
Why you
What?
should support Kendrick? Well, I should not be talking bad. about
Right.
American
Oh, I
flag.
see. I'm sorry. Why you should support
Yeah.
Kendrick and not? I'm sorry. I got Kamala.
Yeah. They're kind of more like
Same
like
vibe, though.
black folks built the country. We deserve reparations. But of course, he would have the American flag behind him because it's our flag, kind of thing. They're like on that tip.
That's so gross.
That's weirdo shit. That ADOS is political pick-meism. It's like pick me. I want to be the best minority. Blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
Knock it
Get the
off.
immigrants out. I was like, damn, listen to y'all.
Y'all sound crazy. Shit. Anyway,
Well-
Rick Smiley, another nigga out here sounding crazy. What he talking about?
That perfect segue. Ricky Smiley talks with Kamala Harris, unveiling her bold plans for small businesses and more.
Oh shit, Jared! I'm so glad you chose this because I wanted to ask you because that's what that has been our problem, has it not? Not enough of us have small businesses.
That's
right?
it. That was it.
To unlocking the key to economic freedom, Kamala says, I'm going to make it easier for y'all to work for yourselves 80 hours a week and only make an additional 15,000 a year. Let's make that easier for the small business.
If that. So yeah, I mean, and I have to say, I did not listen to the conversation where apparently in this exclusive conversation, it was revealed Harris's ambitious plans to support small businesses across the United States. And with nearly 46.4% of all private sector employees working for small businesses, Harris's proposals are both timely and impactful.
Are they? Are they timely or impactful?
Well,
Would they be either?
those are two good questions that she says are answered here by saying, I have a plan to help small businesses start and grow, starting with a goal of 25 million new small business applications by the end of my first term. So what is that saying? How is having 25 million business applications a good thing?
And what the hell is a business application? Are they incorporating? Like, what does that mean? And what does that literally mean? Are they incorporating their businesses? What's your application? What does that mean?
And see, this is the question. And I keep coming back to what goods and services are not currently available outside of their actual availability, distribution, and the benefits of which being distributed. In other words, how many more businesses do we actually need to provide what service? I feel like that's not the but yeah, I don't really know what that means. And then as we've covered here a lot, having more businesses does not mean more income or wealth for Black people. And then as I think Richard Wolff, I think is right to remind us, if 97% of us are employees and only 3% are employers, that's the fundamental problem. So adding small businesses to that sort of matrix only in name might give somebody the ability to say that they move from employee to employer, except with Black businesses, most of the employees are the employer.
Mm-hmm.
You work
Yeah,
for yourself.
you're employing yourself.
So I mean,
it just all fits into the stereotype of the American dream, and that's why you can go to any candidate and pull that same bullshit line for the last 100 years. There's nothing new about what she's saying. There's no plan of action. There's nothing that she's cooking up. All this it's retread rhetoric. It's not retread rhetoric. A new way forward.
Erica has again predicting exactly where we were headed, there is a new way forward added to her website, and they're going to be building an opportunity in the economy for lower cost, building an opportunity economy and lower costs for families, cut taxes for middle class families, make rent more affordable,
Girl, what? What
Invest
is
in
this?
entrepreneur.
Tell me
This
how.
is new.
How?
Well, I'm not clicking on the thing, Kim. So I'm not being fully fair here. They have a couple of paragraphs explaining what they're going to do. So for
pick
rent,
one.
Read,
Yeah.
yeah,
okay,
read,
so
read the
for
one
rent,
about the
Vice
rents.
President Harris has always stood up for renters and homeowners as Attorney
When?
General of California.
policy.
As Attorney General of California, she
Girl,
took on the
have we
big
seen
banks
the
to deliver.
unaffordability of San Francisco, and you have the audacity to put that the way that black folks have been gentrified out of fucking Oakland, and you gonna talk about you always stood up for renters? I'm so sorry.
But
So
she will cut red tape to make sure we build housing faster and penalize firms that hoard available homes to drive up prices for local home buyers.
how?
She lying.
Don't what you mean how, Kim?
These are
She's
rhetorical
saying she's
questions.
gonna
It's not
do
important
it.
how. She just said it.
How?
What's
asking-
wrong with you,
what
Kim?
these ridiculous questions.
Word.
Vice
She just
President
said
will
it.
provide first-time home buyers with up to $25,000 to help with their down payment.
There's already
Where-
programs out there.
$25,000.
From
Everybody?
where?
You gonna do that to everybody?
First of all, there's not many. Most of the homes people think they want to have in areas they want to live, $25,000 won't get you in the door. It won't be that won't be enough. So
not
unless
just like
you
it
have
was
another
like 10 years ago.
25,000
Yeah.
to match that, it's not really going to be.
Exactly.
So they're again.
Is
This
this
is the-
25,000 towards conventional loans that people have to put down?
Supposedly towards the down payment.
Oh, you asking? So you asking? It just says to their down payments, Kim.
The
You should just.
FHA program that's already 3.5% down. See, again, the lack of specifics. I need to go back and listen to this Ricky Smiley interview because I know he didn't ask her a fucking thing. But I'm sorry, go ahead, Jared.
I mean, what would he need to ask? It's all laid out right here. This will help more Americans experience the pride of home ownership and financial security. I don't know why that's not sufficient. What would Ricky have to follow up with? I don't see why he can't just say what our leading black journalist Steve Harvey said. I'm gonna vote for it no matter what. I'm gonna throw her the softest questions possible.
Wow.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Oh, that's right. And tonight is the big debate. The big debate between Trump and Kamala is tonight.
I think if I can stay awake and stay sober, I'm gonna tune into Kim's. I might be in the chat with Kim's show.
Roll
tonight.
up, JB. Roll up. Listen, for all the
I'm awake and
goofballs,
sober enough.
all the goofballs are talking like Steve Harvey. I'm gonna vote no matter what. There's black woman running against Trump. I'm gonna vote no matter what. There's a black woman who has just announced that she is running for the Republican nomination for the state of Virginia. Her name is Winsome Sears. Sears. She is a nut. Okay. Like, I'm sorry, just to put it nicely. She is a conservative and she is fucking crazy out here. And it's like, well, let's put her up with Kamala. I mean, using the Kamala logic and rhetoric, we should be supporting Winsome Sears because she's a black woman and she's going to be running likely against a white person. So we need to support this black woman no matter what, no matter how insane she is. no matter, and that's maybe a little disrespectful, but y'all all have to hear her and y'all.
Well, she is the Virginia lieutenant governor. I mean,
is correct.
So you should put some respect on her name.
I will say this. She is likely going to be facing a in-party challenge from the Virginia Attorney General. His name is Jason Miyares. I think he's like a Cuban immigrant or the son of Cuban immigrants. I said, look at the immigrants out trying to out-hustle each other out here. I said, look at that, and look at the Jamaican coming out on top every time because she announces she's running for governor before the fucking election, right? So she got up real early. I said, Miyares, you think you go to out-hustle a Jamaican? You go to outwork a Jamaican out here? Shit.
Oh, wow.
Not happening. But anyway, it's going to be a battle of the immigrants for the Virginia GOP gubernatorial nomination. Should be interesting next year.
Yeah, she had to throw back Frederick Douglass hairdo. I seen.
I'm trying, but per the Kamala logic, ear doctor, we need to be supporting everybody black, no matter what, right?
Pretty much. That's Issa Rae said. I'm cheering for whoever's black.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not. I do not root for whoever's black, by the way. We should start naming the black people we do not root for because there's a long list.
Oh man, yeah, yeah. My goodness.
Oh, that sounds some Patreon to get a list going and start.
We're gonna be haters. Then the niggas gonna say we haters, but we're not haters. We just honest opinionators. That's it.
No. I am. I have
You're both a hater.
I'm a hater.
If we call the list, watch out for these Negroes. That's not a hating.
Watch out for these Negroes. Wow.
There it is.
There it is.
All right. Well, we about to get up out of here. We got anything coming up? Anybody?
Party tonight. Burn it down with Kim Brown. We're not going live at 7 at our normal time since the debate starts at 9. We will start the broadcast at 8:45 Eastern in the PM. All are welcome. Weed is encouraged. Edibles are also encouraged because why should we do America sober, right? No, there's no point in doing
How
that.
can you do America sober? I mean, but I just somebody get elected and move these debates to dinner time. Give us a day off and move this to like 4 or 5 o'clock.
Is that when you eat dinner, Pops?
Yeah, the senior special.
Tree Line Street, they don't eat dinner, they eat supper. They have supper over
Why
there.
we got to be up so late to watch this nonsense? No, all right, yeah.
Only debate. That's probably the main reason why so many people are going to.
No, it's worth it. No, I think so. Oh, right. Oh, they said this is going to be the only one.
Yeah, this is it. This is it.
Yeah. So
oh, word.
This is a Super Bowl debate.
A bum to her face, and should I be offended that Trump is calling her a bum because it's disrespecting a black woman? It's all that. But
yes.
why do I laugh?
No, what would be hilarious is if he says, "You're not even black. I'm blacker than you are."
Oh,
yeah.
I'm waiting for that line.
Oh my.
Everybody's waiting. But this is gonna be it's gonna be comedy. That's
I'll
the
wait
only
for
reason
that
I'm watching.
I gotta
But
go take a nap.
Speaking of good shows, before we get out of here, make sure y'all tune in Thursday as me and Kim do classical breakdown at 11 o'clock. We're gonna go through some samples. So Kim gonna bring her best samples. I'm gonna bring mine. Huh?
Did they take down y'all other one?
Yeah, so you're gonna have to go check it on Patreon.
They took down which one?
The Q-Tip. We just did Q-Tip production.
Oh, that was Q-Tip hating, by the way, because
Yeah,
Tribe
Q-Tip
don't be bullshitting. Tribe don't be bullshitting with they shit. They will bang, they will ding your shit. Yeah.
We're gonna be able to find out on Patreon.
Doctor,
yeah, you're gonna be able to find that on Patreon. If you haven't seen it, was very, very, very good. It's one of our best shows.
It's on Patreon right now.
It's going to be.
Oh,
He
I
didn't
just
put it
let
up
him
yet.
know.
No, he didn't put it up yet.
Yeah, nah, because they just took it down yesterday.
Oh, okay.
All right. With that said, we have to get up out of here and come back tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. for some more remix and more Boom Bap Breakfast. We out there, y'all. Peace.
It's time to say, baby, how you make me feel when you come to mind. I can't keep my cool, baby. I can't hold it